Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. You're probably wondering why I'm starting this video off in literally like this ball gown petticoat looking outfit. First of all, you can never be too dressed up, okay? I feel like this entire winter you should just disregard how I'm dressed because it will never match the occasion. I wasn't even sure if I should call this a Vlogmas video because I'm not really doing anything Christmas related today. I actually kind of wanted to bring my channel back down to earth, which is hilarious wearing this outfit. But before I can start this video, I need to get coffee. Like, I desperately need it. It's like 9 a.m. so yeah, that's early for me. Probably should have thought about the fact that I should have got dressed for this video after getting the coffee, but we're just gonna go out like this because I already got dressed this morning and finding one outfit was hard enough, so I really didn't think this through. Okay, let's get going. Also, I'm not going to be wearing those heels, no. Okay, I have my jacket on. Luckily for me, it covers up most of the outfit, so no one can tell that I'm dressed like this at 9 a.m. I actually think I killed this look though. Like, I definitely look like a little cupcake though. Like, especially when I close the jacket, I just look like a little cupcake. Okay, I'm done messing around. Let's get out of here. Hi, can I do two everything bagels with veggie cream cheese? Yeah. Pretty.
A few moments later.
Oh my god, guys. It was so cold and windy. Like, look at my hair. But I got my coffee and I think it's about time we actually started the video for real. So let's get cozy and we have some things to talk about, don't we? Welcome to the first episode of the Princess Corner. You don't have to be a princess or a prince to be here. You can be a gender neutral monarch, but I'm just so excited to have you guys here, and let's get into today's topic. I'm gonna need you all to go grab a fancy cup. I'm literally about to pour the coffee I just bought into the teacup so that I can be like classy with you guys. But yes, please go grab your fanciest little cup and put your favorite drink in it. I really hope I don't spill this on my beautiful outfit. I'm making such a mess right now. Welcome to the beginning of such an exciting series on this channel, guys. I have been debating this for a long time because, as you can tell, I've always wanted a space on my channel separate from vlogs where I can talk about things that I'm passionate about and just, I don't know, just a space for us to share important topics and basically all work towards becoming the best version of ourselves. And so I came up with this idea for the Princess Corner where we dress up in cute little outfits, have our little cup of tea. Everyone is welcome here, and I just want it to be a space for us to all work towards being the best versions of ourselves. So welcome. I want to get into this conversation because so far I think I've been keeping Vlogmas pretty lighthearted. I like to share the best parts of my life and all the fun, exciting things that I'm doing here in New York because I think that's kind of what the essence of Vlogmas is. It should be fun and lighthearted, but I think that there's a big issue on the internet right now where it feels so curated. Which is funny that I'm saying this as I'm dressed like this, but there's a reason why I decided to make this so extra. Yeah, anyways, I feel like everything on the internet right now feels super curated and inauthentic to the point where you can't even really tell what's real and what's fake. And to be honest, I'm a big social media viewer. I know I make content now, but I also just consume a lot of social media. As a consumer of social media, I just feel so disconnected from everything that I'm watching recently. It feels like I'm watching fully scripted, high budgeted videos where I don't really know the people I'm watching anymore, and I also don't really know who to trust. I was looking at my channel and what I've been doing for Vlogmas so far, and even though I'm really happy with all the videos I've come out with recently, I feel like they show both sides of me, like the fun and silly side of me, as well as like aesthetic, like vintage princess dressing up loving side of me. I do want to bring a little bit of authenticity into Vlogmas because I think it's an important part of my channel. I never want my channel to feel kind of soulless where it's just like about me spending money or going to fancy places. Like, that's not really the purpose of my channel. Those types of videos, whenever I create them, I do them with the goal of kind of creating a fairy tale kind of escape for you guys to just enjoy some fun, happy content and get away from the stress of everyday life. But the reality is that I also live in the same reality as you, the one that's like kind of honestly really fucked up. I have to work all week and I go to school all week, and it's just like a lot, to be honest. So I really wanted to bring some authenticity onto the channel and into Vlogmas because I think that's an important part of being a princess. Like, this channel isn't really just my channel. I feel like this channel, as we create it, we're kind of creating it together. As I was saying, that's how I've been feeling about social media recently. It just doesn't feel real anymore. It feels like I'm just, every time I go on YouTube, it's about watching people spend money, and like it's so scripted, or like it just doesn't feel like I'm connecting to someone online anymore. Not to be that person, but I do miss the old days of YouTube before YouTubers like, you know who, Mr. Beast, started taking over the platform, because I got so much value from creators like PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye and Ice Cupquake. Like, for me, those were the core YouTubers who I looked up to and really like got inspired to be creative and just do whatever I wanted to, basically. And that's what I want my channel to be, to just kind of be a random mess of everything that I'm passionate about, in hopes of inspiring you to take action on the things you're passionate about as well. With the thought of bringing authenticity back into the channel, I wanted to talk to you guys about what I've been struggling with this holiday season, because the holidays are always a weird time for me. I don't know if that's true for any of you guys as well, but the holidays are always a weird time for me. Definitely wasn't always my experience having a fun and happy holiday, so I always feel like it's such a bittersweet time. And I think I have a few reasons for why it's kind of weird, and I definitely think social media is a contributor to it because it's just so consumerist and like so focused on spending money. But another reason was because I feel like I've always had a really weird family relationship. I've never really celebrated the holidays with my actual family, like my family that I grew up with. Ever since I moved away from home, I've had to kind of find my family and the friends and the people that I've met throughout my life. Love my family a lot, and we have a really strong and good relationship. It's just not the kind of relationship where we see each other a lot or that feels close in certain ways. So I really have put effort into trying to make my family and trying to find them in the friends that I meet, and just really valuing the people in my life because they are what makes the holidays special for me. So with that being said, I honestly never celebrated the holidays until like maybe the past 2 or 3 years, because I honestly didn't have anyone to celebrate the holidays with. Being here now, it's easy to forget how different my life used to be even a few years ago, and you know, take it for granted. And I think that social media makes it really easy to take for granted what you have, because you see people living out your craziest dreams, like spending a lot of money and going to these crazy places for the holidays. And you know, even just for me, when I see people spending the holidays with their families, like to me, I'm like, wow, that's like something I've never experienced, you know? So the holidays has always been like a time of the year for me where I'm trying to find my own meaning and purpose beyond just like Christmas and gift giving and stuff. I think that the holidays shouldn't just be about, you know, Christmas. That's definitely a big part of it for a lot of people, but yeah, I think I've been trying to find my own meaning in it and how I can make it special for myself. Yeah, and I think I'm still trying to figure that out, to be honest, especially because it's like a tradition that I'm kind of starting for myself. It wasn't a family tradition, so it's a weird situation when you have like friends and stuff who grew up with like a lot of family traditions. My family just wasn't stable enough to have family traditions, and so honestly, like, I don't really know a lot about my culture. I don't know a lot about like the types of foods we would eat or or, you know, basic things like that. I think like every once in a while I have like small memories about growing up when I was really young about some of the culture, but then obviously as I got older we didn't have as much time to explore the kind of foods that you would eat in Middle Eastern culture and like all that type of thing. So I feel pretty disconnected from my culture. I think sometimes that makes me feel out of place because, like I just said, most of my friends have strong family traditions. They know what their culture is. They have certain foods that they eat, and I don't really feel like I have any of that. It really is just about trying to figure out what this season looks like for me, and I'm not gonna lie, social media makes it really hard to figure that out because it's so easy to dilute your brain with like honestly all the brain rot on the internet. I made a video of like a long time ago, I think. I actually can't remember when, but it was my video talking about TikTok. And since then I've uninstalled TikTok because after I made that video I realized how much time and energy I was putting into the site and how little I was getting out. I was just kind of wasting my energy into something that didn't really matter at all. If I can give any advice, I would actually tell you to uninstall TikTok because I know you might think you're addicted right now, but once you uninstall it, you will literally not care at all. Like if you find that you wish you had more time in your day, you wish you could spend more time on your hobbies, uninstall TikTok. I swear it works, okay? Anyways, I do think that social media is a big contributor to why I have so much trouble like finding myself during the holidays and trying to understand what's important to me beyond like all the consumerist stuff that we see on social media. Ever since the holidays have started, I've had this strong urge to just like escape the city and go somewhere new and like kind of change up my lifestyle a little bit because my leg is falling asleep. I've had this desire to like escape and go somewhere new and I don't know, just get away from the monotony of everyday life. This desire to escape manifests a lot in like wishing that I had more, wishing that I had the money to like go and travel, or that wishing that I had like the opportunity to like change up my lifestyle and that I wasn't tied to like a job or, you know, responsibilities, to be honest. I feel like once I start really idealizing everything that I see online, I also start to forget the things that I have that are important to me, and I also forget how far I've come. Sometimes when you start to really idealize other people's lives and wish that you could have what they have, you also start to forget the things that you have that are really valuable and important, and honestly, you forget how far you've come. I think that every once in a while, I have to actively remind myself that the life I have right now is something that like 12-year-old me was dreaming of, that didn't even think that this could be a reality right now. Like 18-year-old me didn't even think that she would, you know, see 21. So when you think about it and put it in that kind of context, you start to like realize how everything you have right now is so valuable and it can't really be replaced by what you see on social media. Like you can desire those things and it's good to be ambitious, but if you start to put too much value into the things that you don't have and that you're working towards and you never take the time to see what you have right now, you will always be chasing a dream. Like 10 years from now, you could be like a billionaire with a mansion and you could still go online and see something and wish that you had it, and you'll just keep being blinded by the things that you don't have. And I think it's a really dangerous path to go down, because if you're always wishing for more and never seeing what you have, then everything starts to lose value. And this is something I will bring up on the channel a lot. Like, I really do think that that comparison is the thief of joy, because it will take everything from you. All the things that you've accomplished will seem meaningless. Even like small activities will start to seem meaningless because you're just wishing that you had more. As I was reflecting on all these feelings about like stress around the holidays and trying to figure out who I am and what's valuable to me, and also just reflecting back to see how far I've come, I also just realized that even though I'm really happy with the videos I've been putting out, I do want to balance like the idealistic aesthetic life that you see to realness and authenticity, because I worry that my channel could become a source of that type of feeling as well. I love catering my life to dreams that I had when I was a little girl. So for me, like dressing up like this, it might seem superficial or or dramatic or something, but to me it is like an important part of my personality, and it's a small way in my life for me to create joy and happiness and like authenticity in what I do. So I don't really think that dressing up is silly, and I think that if you're passionate about fashion or about makeup or about anything that most people consider dramatic or unnecessary, I urge you to do it even like bolder, even more yourself than you ever have done before, because you will never get that validation from other people. It will you can do whatever you want in the world, you will never get the validation you want from other people to make you happy enough to not be depressed or whatever. You will never get that validation. You have to get it from yourself. So yeah, I just never want my channel to feel like I'm causing those similar feelings or not acknowledging that that's honestly the reality of social media, that it's super curated. I got us breakfast. So yeah, I just never want my channel to feel like I'm not like being authentic with you guys, and I want to be able to share with you guys these real concerns that come up, especially concerning social media, because it's super relevant as someone who's posting on social media. You've seen my past few videos, they're super aesthetic and pretty, but literally this whole week, this entire week, I've had no free time to do anything that I'm actually like excited to do. That's like honestly the reality of my life right now, is I'm super busy and I have a lot going on, and my weeks don't look like how my channel makes it look like, you know? So the reason I'm addressing this on my channel is, one, because I think it's really relevant. When you come to my channel, it is not a place where you're supposed to walk away thinking, I wish I had that, I wish I could do that, I wish I could do those things. This is purely a space where I hope I can inspire you guys to just follow your dreams and go after what you want to go after and live the type of life you want to go live, despite what other people might say and despite whether or not you get validation or not for doing those things. I wanted to give you guys, I guess, some like big sister advice on how to deal with that, like especially if you're younger. I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in social media and start wishing that you had a lot of things that you don't have, which I think it's good to be ambitious and go after things that you really want in your life. At the same time, you'll start to take things for granted. And if you lean too hard into that mindset, you will start to take things for granted. And I've seen myself do it in small ways. In even bigger ways, you'll start to take things for granted that a lot of people are wishing that they had. And even though that shouldn't be the motivation for why you start to value those things in your life, it is important to think about it that way, or even think about it in the way where like your younger self was dreaming about the things you have right now in your life. I guess I'm gonna just share like how I address this in my own life. The best way to mitigate the craziness and inauthenticity and literally the chaos on YouTube right now, all of the craziness, consumerist, negative like energy on the internet, like especially on TikTok and YouTube right now, is to honestly like self-love. If you've never experienced it, it's hard to even imagine, but the best way I can express it to you is just like this super comforting feeling that no matter what happens in your life, you're going to be okay. That is like the best way that I can explain it, because I think that before I had self-love, the second anything that bad happened to me, I thought it was the end of the world. I thought that I didn't deserve anything, and I also didn't see the value in my life and also the value in the things that I had in my life. And I was just never happy, and I was always chasing, which, like I just said, like I think that chasing after your goals and dreams is really, really important. But if you can't value what you have, then it doesn't matter what you achieve. You can achieve like the craziest things in the world. You can be a billionaire, and if you don't value what you have, it literally won't matter. You will keep chasing, you'll never be happy. So that's like the double-edged sword. You need to have self-love in order to see your accomplishments, in order to value them, in order to be happy. Otherwise, you will easily fall into the trap that social media is showing you right now, like consuming, buying a lot of things. I think that that is how I'm addressing it. I'm not saying that this isn't a struggle for me either, because even though I think that I really do love myself, it's still hard. It's still easy to fall into the trap of like looking online and wishing that you had things that you don't have. But I think it's also important to say that you can be a very reasonable and logical person and still believe in yourself, even with the most far-fetched ideas. I personally think I'm a very like rational, like logical person, but as soon as it comes to one of my goals or one of my dreams, I am completely delusional and irrational about it. I believe that I can get it no matter what is in my way, simply just because I believe in myself, and that stems from self-love. It doesn't just come from nowhere. It doesn't just come from the way I grew up, because I didn't grow up in a place that fostered that kind of mindset. I grew up very poor, and I grew up in like not the best conditions, but I'm still here, still doing exactly what I want to do, and I'm still completely delusional about achieving what I want to achieve. And so when I get into these ruts, honestly over-analyzing the internet and believing that everything I think is real because it's literally not real. I like to think about my 12-year-old self. I like to think about my 18-year-old self. This mindset really keeps me grounded and prevents me from taking things for granted. And I also just wanted to be real with you guys about this. Everything I do and post on here is very thought out, even though the quality might not always be the best. It is very thought out because I want you guys to see how to make your life beautiful and to be inspired by like my horrible art projects and random like things that I get up to. I want you to be inspired by that and to take that beauty and use it to create your own beauty in your own life. So I hope that this video feels relevant to you. I felt like it was something I wanted to talk about because the holidays are especially consumerist and inauthentic, especially on YouTube and TikTok. You don't need to go out and spend a bunch of money to be happy this holiday. I know that there are things that you wish that you have, and there are things that I wish that I have, but at the end of the day, you will get there. If you believe you will get there, you will get there. So why are you spending time worrying about it and stressing about it and not enjoying what you have right now when it isn't helping you get there? When you get there, you might not even know that you're there because you can't appreciate what you have. I want to urge you to not do that this holiday. Use social media as a tool. Use it as a tool to inspire yourself. Use it as a tool to find communities that align with you. Use it as a tool to make you happy. I think that there are ways to use social media and to become your best self, and I think that I've been able to really harness and find the communities that I relate to in order to get me closer to my goals and dreams. At the same time, it really isn't everything. I just want you guys to take away two things. First is that comparison is the thief of joy. And second of all, don't waste your life wishing for things that you don't have when you will get them. I truly believe that you'll get everything that you want to get. And you need to believe that too in order for it to happen. It will come in time. You just have to be able to appreciate what you have right now. I think it's so ironic that right after Thanksgiving, it is the hardest time of the year to be thankful because you just see everything that people have that you don't have. And I think that social media definitely fosters that because it's just you just like shove in people's face everything you buy and everything you do, and it's like kind of a lot, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So overall, I hope that you guys feel a little more comforted after watching this video. Don't let other people's lives invalidate your own life. I think the holidays are the best time to reflect and yeah, just to reflect on yourself, to give yourself love, and to just enjoy life. If you get anything from this, just go out and try to make your own special moments. For me, I'm doing that by filming videos and posting them on the internet, but you can do that in smaller ways and in your own unique way. I think that it's easy to create your own special moments. You just have to do things that are authentic to yourself. I know that this is a little bit odd pacing for Vlogmas. So far, I've just been like keeping it lighthearted, and I really wanted to just break up like all of the like aesthetic vlogs with just a little bit of authenticity and realness. So, and I do plan on continuing the type of videos that I have been posting for Vlogmas, but I also just want you to take it with a grain of salt and to use it as a source of inspiration rather than a source of aspiration. And if you want to see more of this series in the future, more of the Princess Corner, please let me know in the comments down below. I actually would prefer to get ideas from you guys. If there's something you want to hear me talk about, let me know. But go enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Isn't this dress so pretty? I just love it so much.
She's gonna run, I'm gonna run, she's gonna